Oh, I think I'm live. I think I'm live. Hello, world. It's Siraj. I'm live. Um, all right. Is there anybody in here? Oh, there's some people in here. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. I'm doing my live Q&A. A live Q&A. I'm just saying this on Twitter right now. Come join, and I'm back. Okay. So I shared it, and now I'm going to be here with you guys, engaged. We're going to start talking. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome. Hello. I'm going to name off some names. I'm just doing this live Q&A for you guys because I want to engage you guys. I'm going to name off some names to start off with. Nitin, Albert, Henry, Bigesh, Rafael, Bogdan, Hisham, Alex Gracia, Juan Cortez, Manpreet Singh. We got a lot of cool people in the room right now. This week, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Okay, this is just a simple Q&A. Next week, what I'm working on is the setup for a more a better live stream with the green screen and the code. It's going to be much better. Okay, so but this week, we were trying. I had a friend from Upload VR come over and like help me try to set up the studio for that, but we just couldn't do it right now, so we have to buy a few things. But next week we're going to do a full-on. We're going to start doing like a full-on weekly live stream. So the live streams are coming back, as you can see right now. Okay, so what I want to do is do a Q&A. So any questions you have about deep learning, about blockchain, about me, about anything, you can talk about. This is my place, just to be completely open with you. I just moved in. This is my place in San Francisco. That's my studio back there if you want to take a look back there. But yeah, this is me. This is where I live. I don't want to get too personal, tell everybody the address and stuff, but yeah, this is where I am. Okay, are you going to visit PyCon Balkan this November? No. How to start with machine learning with minimal coding. I have a great video on this. Search on YouTube, Siraj, learn machine learning 3 months. Xavier asks, when should I apply for fall internships starting from August and ending in December? The best time to apply for fall internships is the beginning of the summer, so I would say June. What are opportunities after learning blockchain? So once you've learned blockchain, there's no way to say you've learned blockchain because it's actually a continuously changing field. This is a field that has heavy research. Okay, people are constantly researching how to improve blockchain. What are things that are working with blockchain? So once you feel like you have a good grasp of what it is, then the best thing would be to start working on business use cases, provenance, working on. Anytime there's a third party that is very expensive, you can remove that middleman and you can save businesses a lot of money. So insurance, security. I have a great trailer that talks about the 20 different use cases for this, literally 20 of them. Search blockchain Siraj. What hair product do you use? I don't use any hair products. It's all natural. I swear to you, I don't use any. I mean, I use shampoo, okay, but like I don't use anything to like make it stick up. That's just my life. This hair is alive. Mark 10 asks, how do I improve my coding skills? The best way to improve your coding skills is to continuously code. So there's this challenge, it's called 100 days of code. And a lot of my friends have done this challenge. What that means is every single day you add a pull request to a repository of your own or some other project on GitHub. So what I want you to do is every single day, make a pull request on GitHub. Guys, speaking of GitHub, I have some amazing GitHub content coming out this week, starting tomorrow. I'm so excited to show you guys this stuff. It's amazing stuff. Tyler Berry asks, is there any benefit to doing image recognition tasks with color spaces outside of RGB? I don't know if there's a benefit, but if the data set is not RGB based, then that would be the best thing to do. I have a great video on this. It's actually called YOLO. So search YOLO object detection. And in the beginning of the video, I go through all the different strategies for computer vision that came before YOLO. And in there, you're going to find what you're talking about. Martin asks, what is 100 days of code exactly? It's a hashtag. Just search 100 days of code on Google. But it's like a challenge that developers have been giving themselves to get better at programming by coding every day for 100 days. Hanyoy asks, do a PhD in ML without a CS degree? It's possible. It's very hard, but it's possible to get accepted to a school to do a PhD without having a CS degree. You're going to have published something in the field or done something that is very useful for them to accept you, right? And a great way to do this, to be real with you guys, because of course I'm real, is to find one of these professors at a school, just like get along with them, you know, like meet them for dinner. Yeah, you gotta keynote escalate, not keynote escalate, but like social escalate that physical relationship. Listen, some of the people who I know, I'm gonna name a name right here. Taryn Southern. Okay, so Taryn Southern is a YouTube creator who dropped an AI music video. Now, if I dropped an AI music video, it would do well. But when Taryn dropped it, the New York Times covered it. A bunch of these famous outlets covered it. And the reason is because she's so good at making these connections with people. And really when it comes down to whether it's selling yourself, selling your code, selling your product, if you know how to build these relationships with powerful people, that is what really matters in the end. So what I mean, the reason I even went on that tangent is because if you meet one of the professors at these schools, and you don't have a CS degree, if they like you, then they can open doors for you. So, you know, email them directly, cold email, try to meet up with them for dinner, just, you know, escalate the relationship, and then you'll be more likely to get in. Okay, Akul asks, can teenagers who haven't taken calculus or statistics yet learn machine learning, and how? Listen, machine learning, okay, I'm just going to say this, deep learning. So deep learning is creating models using linear algebra and then optimizing those models with calculus. So is calculus necessary for machine learning? 100%. It is very necessary. Do you need to take an entire calculus course before doing machine learning? The answer is no. You know why? Because machine learning only takes small parts of calculus. You have to use a derivative. You have to use the partial derivative. Now, these are very crucial concepts in calculus. However, do you need to use the integral, another part of calculus that's very crucial? No, right? So you don't have to use all of calculus. You only have to use a certain part of calculus. And what I would say is learn calculus as you need to while you're learning machine learning. Don't just sit there and say, buy a calculus textbook and say, one day I want to learn machine learning, but first I'm going to try learning calculus. No. Learn machine learning, do something, find a project that excites you, and along the way, you will learn the calculus. And when we're talking about calculus, let's just say this, the most important technique that is calculus-based that you need to know is gradient descent. And luckily for you, I have a great video on this. Search gradient descent Siraj on YouTube, the best video you will find on backpropagation and gradient descent on YouTube, and everything will start making sense in terms of calculus. Ray asks, I am 13 years old and I finished my artificial intelligence standard degree. That wasn't actually a question, I just read that out. PMM Pindi asks, can you make money predicting stocks with machine learning? Listen to me, guys. Not a lot of people, you know, when it comes to making money with machine learning using stock price prediction, a lot of people are very interested in it. But notice, you won't find a lot of tutorials on this. Why? Because the people who have figured this out are not going to tell people their secrets, right? If you work at Blackstone, or BlackRock, if you work at JP Morgan, if you work at ING, any of these big banks, you are being paid as a quantitative analyst to create predictive models. That is their job. That is in their job description. It is without a doubt in my mind that a lot of these traders and hedge fund people, they have models that are greater than 50% in their accuracy for predicting the next stock price. But they're not going to share it. So what you need to do is reverse engineer what they're doing by taking into account sentiment analysis, what's happening in the news, what people are talking about on social media, and then combine all of those data points into a single model. Numerai is a great place to find models that are current in the space. Real Patel asks, how can we get best result in real-time deep fakes? So the best result for real-time deep fakes, I don't know what you mean by best. You have to be very specific, right? So you have to be very specific in your questions with me, with machine learning engineers, with people in the field, because anytime you are ambiguous, and this is just a good practice to have, you're going to get the wrong answer. But I'm going to assume by best you mean fastest. So right now, there is not a real-time solution to deepfakes. Would this be an amazing technology? Yes. Could you make a lot of money if you made an app that did this in the cloud? Yes. Has anyone done this before? No. Is this a possibility for money making? Yes. Deepfakes, by the way, is taking a video, and it takes a lot of processing power, but taking a video and then adding in the face of someone else in real time to this video. So like Nicolas Cage, the internet has been having a lot of fun doing this. A reporter from the Hollywood Reporter came and interviewed me about this. But this is very This is a very hot thing right now, and not just in machine learning, but in the world right now. Aditya asks, do you recommend getting a post-grad degree for ML, master's or PhD, or is an undergrad degree in CS and math enough? I do not recommend getting a PhD in machine learning. I'm going to say that right now. I do not recommend it unless you're going to like a top 5 school. Like if you're going to Stanford, yes, do not forsake that opportunity. If you're going to like University of Phoenix or like, you know, not like a really good college, don't even do it, because you can get a lot of those resources. Think of you know how Elon Musk says, think of things from first principles. What are like those sub-modules of a university degree that are useful? You know, you want advisory roles. You need an advisor. You need resources. You need a learning path. All of those things you can find online. You can find an advisor online. You can find resources, my YouTube channel, online. You can find a learning path online via these courses. You can look at my courses. You can make your own course. So as long as you have those 3 things, you don't necessarily need to, you know, commit to a PhD, because it is quite a commitment, a 5 to 7 year commitment. And a lot of advisors, they're not really good. You know, they've been coasting. They've got this. How do I say? They have this. You know, these medals and these like awards that they've gotten, and they feel like good. So you need like a really hungry advisor. Kulpreet Singh says hello. Emiliano says, are you into some personal AI project? Emilio, right now there are 15 businesses that, you know, are possible from this community. You know, there's Q&A, there's consulting, there's hiring opportunities, there's a school of AI, there's a lot. And I just want to focus on building or making my videos and teaching you guys how to code and teaching you guys machine learning and blockchain. So that's what I'm focused on. However, I do have a business partner that's focused on, you know, making these things happen. And it's essentially, this is becoming a very large empire, and it's paying for all of this. So there's, you know, we got a good space here. But I'm focused on the videos on YouTube. You guys are my focus. I want to, you know, help you guys become amazing at machine learning, at life, at everything, soft skills, hard skills. So that's my goal, is helping you guys. That's my #1 goal in life right now. Goku asks, how good is Google Colab? So Goku, I have an amazing, Goku, thank you for saving the world from the Shenron dragon, by the way, back in the day. And thank you for dying for all of our sins. You know, thank you, Goku, I love you. But Dragon Ball Z forever. Well, what was even the question? Damn, I should have like, you guys should see this. There is so much text happening right now. Thank you, Rutul. Marco asks, where and what do you do right now? I live in San Francisco, California. I am focused on creating technical content for the world, for you guys. And that is my #1 goal. So that's just creating technical videos. And then there's more out there. Bogdan asks, can you talk about how to find incubators for your startup? You know, there are, how to find incubators is a good question. So I've been a part of a couple of incubators. What I am very hesitant to do is to ever give equity to an incubator, unless it's like Y Combinator, okay? So because I'm actually, in general, very picky about giving away equity. So yeah, I mean, you want to look for a deal where they are giving you more than you are giving them. Ideally, and now what I would do is just like pay the, you know, the rent, you know, pay some liquid cash to the incubator, not give away equity. And, you know, also the quality of the incubator you're in depends on the city you're in, right? So if you're in some Western country or China, or, you know, actually even in Bombay, there's likely like at least 2 or 3 really good incubators. Delhi, not so much. Sorry, Delhi. And also in South India and Bangalore as well. It depends on the city you're in. But all that is to say, if you have a team if you're more than yourself, definitely join an incubator. If it's just you, just join a co-working space, find people. Edgar asks, do you know something about, the question's already gone. There's so many questions coming in right now. Hello from Kenya. Hi, Kenya. I love you. How do you know? Megathel asks, how do you know when you're ready for freelance? How do you know when you're ready for freelance? Let me ask you this. Are you making money? If the answer is yes, do keep doing what you're doing. If the answer is no, you're ready for freelance, okay? When I started doing freelance work, I was living in a hacker house with 12 guys in one room, okay? So that was in one room with 12 bunk beds. I had like 3K USD in my bank account. I needed some money, okay? I needed to hustle. So the way to do freelance is to just start doing freelance, okay? Learn what you need to along the way. Don't listen to anybody else. You know, all of your ability is in your head. You know, what you tell yourself you can and you cannot do. I got into the robotics lab at Columbia because I applied for a position as a GPU intern, essentially. I didn't know anything about GPUs, but you can bet that once I got there and I had the job, I stayed in late every night to learn how the GPU works and learn how CUDA programming worked. And then uh, eventually I did it. I sped up the feature classification for the Da Vinci surgical robot by 800%. So you will move mountains if you just put yourself in an uncomfortable position where you have to do well. You will move mountains, I promise you. All right, so Christian, hey Christian, I recognize your name. I feel like I'm getting nowhere trying to get data science jobs. Advice, Christian, I have three, not just one, three amazing videos on this exact thing coming out for you this weekend. But all that is to say, in one sentence, if you're getting nowhere, I would start with the people you know and the people that they know, because clearly they're not giving you some jobs because they don't trust you. You haven't built your brand enough. Like, you want to get to the point where you are constantly saying no to people. Okay, that's where I'm at. I'm constantly saying no to brands. There's so many brands in the pipeline. Intuit, NVIDIA, Google, every single tech company you could think about is reaching out. There's too many for me to be thinking about, right? I just want to make videos, and that's why I'm building essentially an empire of people who are helping me out with this stuff. But that's where you want to be. So I would focus on building your brand, right, through technical tutorials, through creating code on GitHub that other developers want to be a part of, and just working on your marketing. Again, I have some great videos on that this weekend. So that's what I would say if you're not getting any leads. Will ML replace programmers? That's the most hilarious question ever. No, of course. Listen, if machine learning replaces programmers, you can bet it will replace everybody else, okay? Machine learning is not going to replace programmers. We're going to go on a little walk together because I need to get the charger for my laptop. No, machine learning is never going to replace programmers. This is my studio, by the way. Welcome to my studio. We're setting it up. Got a lot of stuff. We, as in me and my friend who I'm doing contract work, he's doing production for me. By the way, contract work is the future, guys. By the way, don't just try to think of like, oh, I need a guy and he's going to be full time, and like that's it. Contract work is the future. We all want options as millennials, as people who are, in the 21st century. No one wants to commit to anything. So don't be afraid to build an entire company based off of contract work alone, okay? So you're gonna need help. And here's the other thing. I started this YouTube channel. I didn't even think like, oh, I wanna build a company. I wanna be a manager. I wanna be in charge. No, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to add value to the world. And if you try to add value to the world yourself, people will come to help you, okay? What do we got here? Oh man, there's so many good questions. I wish you guys could see this. You will, thanks to YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for adding the comments in the post, once I post this video. Danny it's gone. Shivam asks, is master's necessary for a good ML job? No. Six Bay asks, does your university matter or your degree? Now, I'm going to tell you the real answer, and not a lot of people will say this because they want to make you feel good. Yes, your university matters, okay? Because it's a brand, right? Every brand you associate yourself with matters for your brand, right? So whether it's a university, whether it's an employer, whether it's a person, people can be brands too. Think about things in terms of brands and who you associate yourself with, right? I've associated myself with a lot of brands, but I only talk about a few, right? Because I talk about those top brands that are most recognizable, that have the most respect. Sholi Hatul asks, how do you manage your time? That's a great question. So I manage my time by waking up every day at 8 o'clock a.m. and going to my co-working space and drinking some coffee and just making videos, right? So working on scripts, working on code, working on editing, working on lighting, working on. So I focus on the videos. There's business development, all the pipeline of people coming in. There's marketing and SEO. That stuff I've had to do, but I'm, hiring people to work on that. And so I just focus on the video content and I work until maybe 6 or 7 p.m. every day. And then I kind of just shut off because I'm in this for the long run. Okay. So people like Elon Musk and, a lot of very successful people will say, you got to be working 100-hour weeks. And you know what? I don't agree. I don't agree with that because listen, we're here in this life, right? And it's a very short life and we don't know what the point of everything is. And there's more to life than solving problems, right? I'm in this for the long run. I don't want to burn out. That's why I'm not working nights and days every single day, right? I'm trying to, so what I do actually is I've been turning off my phone like on airplane mode at night. So like at like 9 p.m., I'll just turn it off. And up until midnight when I go to sleep, I'll just have my phone on airplane mode. And then that way, I'm just, in my bubble, in my zone. And I found that was healthy for me. And also it's good for sleep as well. So, and I don't turn my phone off of airplane mode until I get back into my co-working space. I don't turn it. So that's like a workflow. So yeah, exactly. Work smarter, not harder. And that definitely has helped. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to do this for 9 more minutes. I want a 30-minute live stream Q&A. I don't have another phone that my mom can call me on. No. So there is some cons. So there could be an emergency. Yeah, I might have to work on something like that. What is better for, Muhammad asks, what is better for a better future, ML or blockchain? Machine learning. Listen, guys, blockchain's great. It's an amazing technology. I talk about it a lot. I wrote a book on it. I go to events about it. But really, it's just a tool. It's like the skeleton of the brain, and the brain is machine learning. AI is the truth and the light. It is the answer. It is the end goal, and everything else is a distraction. Okay, everything else is a distraction. And you might be thinking, well, blockchain's hot, and yes, it is, and yet, well, I can make a lot more money doing blockchain. It's actually about the same. But let me tell you this. AI is not going to die anytime soon. Okay, because think about it. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, the hype might be dying. It might be going up. Who knows? It's just a bubble we're in. There are so many industries that these people have not even begun to think about how AI can be applied to their business use cases. Okay. Agriculture, supply chain, every single industry. Okay. Entertainment, anything. So the problem right now is a problem of application. The technology exists. Not enough people have the technical know-how to apply it to these business use cases. So that's the real problem. Next, New asks, are you Muslim? No, I am not religious at all, although the closest thing to religion would be AI. I'm also not Hindu, although my parents are. Anthony, I love you too. Moran asks, your white hair is real? No, it's not. I dyed it. But it is definitely a part of my logo. G. Magliotti, a beautiful Italian name. I've actually been reading The Godfather, by the way. Amazing book. I mean, I saw the movie like a decade ago, but I've been reading it and cooking a lot of Italian. I was recently in near Italy. I was near Italy, and I love the Mediterranean. Such a beautiful, beautiful culture, beautiful food. Yeah. All the Indians are going crazy. No, it's all good, guys. Listen. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm both. I'm also kind of European. I lived in Europe for a year. I'm global. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond all that. Anyway, what was I saying? I will come back to India though. By the way, I'm coming back. Not back, but like I visited. I was born in the States. Anyway, world baby. Exactly. It's all good. White, black, brown, Puerto Rican, or Asian, it don't matter who you are. We want AI nation. You hear what I said? Wasn't that a sick rap? I just made that right now. Can sensitive data, so Sadiq asks, can sensitive data be secure on the blockchain? Yes. Well, no. Okay, well, yes. you can put data encrypted on the blockchain, but the better thing to do would be to point to it on the blockchain. So store it in an encrypted way in some decentralized storage like IPFS, Storj, SIA, and then point to that hash in the blockchain. So what you would actually push to the blockchain is your is the content address. Marco asks, how important are social skills for programmers? Social skills for programmers who are employed at a company, they can be useful for dealing with the bureaucracy and getting your ideas out there. Social skills for freelance programmers are supremely useful. You guys have no idea. You are constantly doing business development, getting clients, convincing them to let you work for them, convincing them to, let you have access to their sensitive data that you want to train their models on. You have to build a brand. Social skills are so important. And this week, I have 3 videos coming out on this. So I know how much you guys need this and want this. And I've been listening. I have been listening. Okay, I am listening. I am yours. Okay, I belong to you guys. I am your slave. I will do whatever you guys need me to do. But no one else. You guys, no company owns me, but my community does own me. Google TPU, what do you think? Amazing technology. They actually, with Google Cloud, they made this democratized and accessible to everybody. So I would definitely check out TPUs. Is Tendermint production ready? Cosmos production ready? It is. Production ready, let me be clear. Is it production ready? Yes. Is it ready to scale to Facebook level ready? No. Okay, so it's like halfway there. But I know engineers working on the team, and they say by the end of the year that it will be something that is like that. Should you start building? Yes. Should you wait for it to be production ready? No. Does this apply to every technology? Yes. You shouldn't be waiting for anything in the blockchain or AI space to be ready in terms of, let's just be real. Ready in terms of blockchain means scalable, okay? Ready in terms of blockchain means scale. This is a beef jerky, by the way. It's some good stuff. I love beef jerky. Just, okay. SK asks, say something in Hindi. Let's see, what's like a Bollywood song? Tujhe dekha to ye jana sanam. I know it's very cliche, so that's some Hindi for you guys. I can also speak other languages as well, right? It's not, I don't have to just show love to Indians, which I love to, but there's other people out there, right? So say something in Dutch. So hoe gaat het? And of course gezellig, and yeah, willkommen in Nederland. Okay, that's it. I really had a hard time learning Dutch, by the way, when I lived in Amsterdam, but I'm back in San Francisco. How to start with Movidius. Guys, I have a great video. Obviously, you know about this, but they have some great documentation. So check out their website. Search developer.movidius.com. Deepak says, please say Deepak. So I'll say Deepak 3 times for you. Deepak, Deepak, Deepak. What Texas universities do you consider excellent, reputable? So my sister actually goes to University of Texas, Austin. She's actually getting a lot of people talking to her, asking to come to me, which is crazy because, yeah, the things about being influential, people will reach out to your family. I say UT is cool. I never wanted to go there because I preferred Columbia and I needed to get out of Texas ASAP. But in terms of the best school in Texas, it would be UT Austin. If I had to go, I'd go to UT Austin. Best Linux distro is Ubuntu. The best Linux distro is going to be the one with the most developer activity. And that actually applies to a lot of technologies. Like, for example, machine learning frameworks. What is the one with the most developer activity? TensorFlow. What's the second most? PyTorch. And what are the 2 best in that order? Not coincidentally, TensorFlow and PyTorch. 2 minutes left in this live stream. Alvaro asks, best university in Florida? USF. Iman asks, what did you do in high school to pursue AI? I'll tell you right now, 0. What did I do in terms of technology? In high school, I was kind of a black hat hacker. I was like a 16-year-old kid who got a desktop PC and thought all those hackers were cool, who were like breaking into systems and like, defacing forums. It's very embarrassing for me to admit now as an adult, more than a decade later. But as a kid, I was a script kiddie. I would just like find Perl scripts and like run them. But that was like my first foray into the whole technology space, hacker space. I would also mod Halo 2. So I would like hack into Halo 2, and like online games in general were very fun for me to hack. So I would say gaming is a good, I wouldn't say do anything bad, but just kind of like gaming is a good way. Fortnite is apparently very popular these days. One love, Usman. so I would recommend looking to combining Fortnite and machine learning in some way. And if you don't do it, I definitely will with the video. I might be talking very fast, but that's because I'm just very excited to see all of you. Marcos, it's good to see you, man. Love you. And a lot of cool people in here. Wow, Aditya's in here, Pratyush. I'm gonna say five. I'm gonna answer one more question, say 5 more names, end it with the rap, and I'm out. Okay, so the question is, oh, great question. How long should I take to learn reinforcement learning, given one is comfortable with deep learning? So reinforcement learning is actually, to me, harder than deep learning. Reinforcement learning is very hard. And I did a course on this. If you search reinforcement learning Siraj with animations, it's a great course. It's on YouTube in the form of a playlist. But I would say that the hottest field right now in machine learning, in deep learning, is reinforcement learning. AlphaGo, the OpenAI 5, all the hottest advancements are coming out from reinforcement learning. How much time should you spend on it? I would say if you're familiar with deep learning, then 2 months. 2 months is a good amount of time. Lastly, 5 names I'm going to mention just randomly: Mario Utzel, Paul Calhoun, Chanwoo Park, Sean Hansen, and of course, Ritwik Paul. Okay, so and lastly, I'm going to rap a little bit. Just say a freestyle rap. So just say a topic. I'll pick one and go at it. Okay. Just say a topic. One word topic, and the freestyle rap comes out. Hopefully, it's machine learning or AI related. Ready? Hey, I like to use a GPU. I do it every day. I don't use a TPU. I do it because I see you in the fog, in my vision, in my destiny. I see you in my mind. Can't you see? I'm back. I'm in San Francisco. I got it all. I'm like a Frisco. I'm frisky. I do things this way and that. Do live streams and go back to probabilistic programming, stochastic models, and other things like back propagation. All right, that's it. All right, Dank, right? All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. I'm going to start the live streams better quality next week, starting next week, every single week. Love you guys. You are the reason that I do this. And by the way, if there is some way you want to repay me for all the work that I've been doing with the videos, there's only one thing, okay? I want you to teach other people AI, teach your friends AI, make a blog post about AI, speak at a conference, teach AI. Don't just learn AI, teach AI, because teaching is the best way to learn anything, okay? And with that, for now, I've got to answer some comments. So thanks for watching.